it What Can We Learn from two different folk tales was taken from the Project PAL catalogue and tweaked to include Indian folk tales as well by a mentor.
For the first tab, folktales, we focus on learning all about the different folktales around the world. We research various websites on the varieties of ways folktales are narrated, how the stories were passed on to the next generation, the background of the folktales, the form of the different stories. We learned about the various cultures and traditions all over the world.
I selected India, Latin, and European countries and gathered the information on the types of tales in these countries. I learned a lot about the history of folk tales from this part of the world. I could pinpoint and observe the similarities and differences between the stories from the different countries and India.
I chose China, Japan, America, and Africa. I went through the various websites with the folktales of these countries and selected the most interesting and famous folktales. I not only got the chance to read spell-binding stories, but also learned about the rituals and traditions of these stories, of these countries. I realized how the folktales were narrated through animals native to the country and human characters.
Let's move on to the second tab. In the second tab, I chose a folk tale from a famous Indian compilation of traditional stories called Panchtantra. The story named Flying Together. To better understand the story, I not only read the story online but also watched the English and Hindi version of the folktale on the web. In answering questions based on the story, I was able to get a better perspective of the story.
I got to work on the folktale The Bundle of Sticks from the Aesop's Fables. Detailed research through the net was instrumental in helping me answer the many questions related to the variety of aspects of the story. In the third tab, as the name suggests, each character from the story The Bundle of Sticks was taken up individually, researched, and analyzed. Their role, significance in the story, and characteristic traits was described using a variety of adjectives. I had to go through different sites and research how characters should be described, vocabulary that should be used, and how to highlight the importance of each and every character.
I wrote about the characters from the story Flying Together, which were mostly animals and birds. The young gaggle of geese, the wise old goose, and the hunter. I described their characteristics and personalities in context of the situation and circumstances in the story. We went on to break down the story into different parts based on the sequence of events as they occurred, deconstructing the storyline as the actions and events got more and more interesting. We learned to identify different components of the story, like the main event, plot, falling action, climax, and resolution. We learned to identify the problem in the story, the decisions taken, how the problem was resolved, and the moral of the story.
In order to complete the final slide, Araatrika and I both needed to have a good understanding of the other story, as well as our own. Web links, YouTube videos, and website URLs, which we posted on the tabs in our research of the stories, helped the other in deciphering what the other story was trying to convey. We could answer the questions that compared and highlighted the differences and similarities between the characters of the story, the role played by them, and the decision made in the story. We reached the consensus that both the stories, although The, both the stories, although different, with different characters, conveyed the same message. We were able to apply our learning and relate it to real life situations by penning our personal experience based on the moral of the story.
Working on the PBL project enabled me to understand concepts revolving around the rich history of folktales. Learning has never been this fun, for I was able to conclude my research through hard work, dedication, perseverance, and teamwork. I was able to enhance my writing skills as building the synopsis for the folktales helped me learn how to word conclusive summaries. Further, the research work on the culture and religions of different places around the world helped me garner knowledge about the diverse traditions and heritage according to which folktales were born. This project could not have been complete without the assistance of my fellow teammate and my teacher who guided us throughout. I enjoyed discovering new tools in Project Pals, writing our personal experience related to the story's moral, and really enjoyed working together and learning new skills. I am truly grateful for this opportunity.
This project was multidisciplinary in a true sense, for we were able to collect a number of ideas and perspectives along with getting to learn a bit from various subjects like science, English, history, geography, art and technology. We put in considerable effort into this project, spending an average of 1 to 1.5 hours on it every day. This project gives the perfect opportunity to enhance our 21st century foresight skills. Working together as a team helped improve our collaboration skills. The key to it was good communication skills, critical analyzing each character and aspect of the story, and then presenting it creatively through a variety of tools like the component, media, annotations relationship, and other such tools. This project helped me to hone my skills, for I researched websites like fairytales.com, worldoftales.com, wonderwisdom.com. I learned about technology and media usage. I enjoyed making the presentation using the various tools in Project Pals. Thank you.